What is up, guys? I hope you're having a great day, because I sure am. Ready to record some games for today as well. And we're going to start off on Starwatcher. The teams are Ollie 2KO, Diznov, Skag, Snade, Tinwax, Goody, Tactician, Rochambeau, I believe. Pardon my French, it's a bit rusty. And for the other team, there's the Chukni, Trash Panda, Emmer, Firepluck, No Macro, No Micro, Upheaval, Firm Communist, and Ubivan. Obviously, very, very good players. We've seen those guys a lot. The Chukni, very, very experienced player from Estonia. Trash Panda, a friend of mine from UK. And Ollie, very well known for for being pretty strong, being able to hold his own, even going 4 against 1 at some point. Diznov, obviously a very good player from United States, very well rounded in anything that any type of strategy that he goes, be it naval, be it aircraft, be it vehicles or bots. We have a game starting off, a minute 30. We have some ticks coming out from Tinwax. Just getting some vision, getting some information, the whereabouts of the enemy players. We're going to have some eco backline players. Ubivan opting for a vehicle lab. He may not go eco here. He may help his laner, no macro, no micro. It's always good to have a vehicle and a bot lab. I always keep addressing this, and I think I'm boring myself as well, but it is actually very important. There's a lot of utility that these vehicle labs and bot labs have as well, but it's very good to have a mix of them. For example, a tier 2 vehicle lab for Cortex has the anti-nukes, and it's different for Armada. For Armada, tier 2 bot lab has the mobile anti-nuke umbrella, and there's just a lot of versatility, different obviously for Armada and Cortex. We have some ticks, actually some rovers, rascals, clashing with some ticks of Tinwax. Getting some of that information. Let's see what they see actually. Have they discovered this? They just discovered the base of Firm Communist and just some economy here. Still moving this. He's gonna take a look. He's gonna find Trash Panda here as well. He's being able to move freely here. He catches the base of the Chukni. Sees a vehicle lab. Just getting some information. Not gonna be able to do any eco damage whatsoever. Let's get back to these players. Not sure what that equation was about, but yep, in any case. Just developing pretty quickly, getting a radar here as Tactician, just making sure he does not let any units slip by. Pushing forward pretty early, him and Diznov. That is very good, very important for this mid lane. Just to establish control of this metal here in the middle, and just get your res bots as soon as possible so they can reclaim the wreckages left from turrets, from bots. Let's see if Tactician actually goes for a vehicle lab, while Diznov goes for a bot lab. That is a pretty good combo for mid lane. Emmer pushing early. Not sure if Firepluck is going to assist his lane, but he may be up against two players. Rochambeau, like I mentioned before, and Goody. It is grunts on grunts, so there will be no kiting available. If it were pawns, it would be much easier, but we have a grunt slipping through from Ollie. Getting a lot more information and just being able to put this damage into the economy. Just one metal extractor though, but nothing special. Actually, what do we lose here? Just lost some ticks, nothing special. Ollie, let's take a look at him. He's building on the plateau here. Not the greatest spot since you need to come down and get your things built. He suffered some eco damage as well, not sure from what. He even lost a construction bot. That is pretty unfortunate from those ticks. Those ticks are pretty annoying from Firepluck. They have a lot of XP, but yep, they're just going to go down. They did a lot of damage, served their purpose, made them worth the value. And Goody and Emmer getting their front lines constructed. Just waiting for the right moment to strike. Tactician getting some vehicles in, getting the blitzes in. From Communist, opting for a forward vehicle lab. That is interesting. He did make a T1 bot lab, and he deconstructed it, so he's opting for a forward vehicle lab right now, which could be a pretty good move. Although he's lacking energy, he's going to take some time to get that. Trash Panda moving his commander forward, being pretty... Oh, is that going to be a commander trade? There's no units here to back that up. Obviously, Trash Panda has some incisors, but... Oh, yep, there is going to be a commander trade. There's way less units for the eastern side than for the western side. Diznov is going to try and get in here. Try to secure that wreckage. Tinwax Trying to degun these incisors. Very, very well lined up. The brute gets destroyed, the incisors get destroyed. And the Chukni, maybe he should do another like three-way commander trade. That would be pretty interesting. Just to walk into these two commanders. That'd be pretty well. Diznov would catch all that. No metal is being recycled yet. Okay, so they just degun both commanders just to make sure nobody gets that. That is a lot of resources to begin with, so they just want to secure this spot. And in the end, only Tactician loses his commander, which is pretty bad here. Diznov and Tinwax are going to be up against Upheaval, the Chukni, and Firm Communist, which is not going to end so well. We have 3 vehicle labs from Communist, the Chukni, and from Trash Panda, who actually ended up losing his commander. My bad. It was 2 commanders from Tactician and from Trash Panda. None of the metal got reclaimed, and we have some incisors from the Chukni flowing through, just slipping past between the lines and doing some eco damage. They may be able to do a bit more. Rochambeau, a bit late here. Not sure if he needs all this defense here, but some of the units are slipping through here. We have another commander destruction. What happened here? Was that might have been from Communist or Fireplug? I think that is Fireplug. Yep, Fireplug just detonating his commander, I believe, just for eco. He stayed here. He lingered because he was not sure if his team needs assistance, but now that he sees that they don't, just deconstructs his commander, actually self-destructs, and then just recycles it. Diznov going up against these annoying thugs from Upheaval. Those are pretty beefy and can kite pretty well if they're up against slow-moving targets and do a lot of damage, actually, have a lot of HP. And we have brutes coming up from Upheaval. This is a very good unit variety. Although he does not have any artillery yet, he will be able to put Diznov under pressure here. A lot more units slipping through from the Chukni. We'll see if this does any serious damage. There's a lot of these units from Tinwax just coming to counter these tanks. Doubt there's going to be any type of push going on. Actually, Trash Panda pushing with his incisors. We could actually see some serious damage being done here if these incisors keep going through. Tinwax having his commander pretty low. This might be the end of Tinwax's commander, and indeed it will be. Yep, that is a lot of commanders going down for the eastern side. This is going to be troublesome. Rochambeau needs to move his commander forward. Should seize a position. Diznov trying to reduce the damage taken. He's trying to secure the commander wreckage. And just to overall destroy these units that are slipping by. Emmer getting a pretty secure lane, although it's still open from this water side here. Obviously, Cortex does not have any mine layers, mine sweepers in tier 1, like the Groundhog, or was it Groundhog? Not sure. How is it? Groundhog, yeah, exactly. Those have medium, light, and heavy mines. Those are pretty good for covering your flanks. Just not making any static defenses or putting your units there, just laying down mines and making sure you cannot get flanked, units don't slip through, and so on. Another brute just going by. We'll be able to destroy this metal extractor, but that's pretty much all that he can do. Tries to, and actually does. 2 shots from brute are enough to destroy a metal extractor. That extractor has 200 HP. Yep, that is just about right. See how top side is going. Skag against no macro, no micro, and up against Ubivan. That is 2 against 1. We have a lot of these. Are these Skags? Yeah, these are Skags. You try to get an early position up here on the hill, but this artillery is just putting a stop to that. Ali just trying to make a strong position here by the water. Not sure what he's doing back at home. Making an airfield. He's sitting on a lot of resources. I'm guessing he just made a T2 lab to get a constructor, just deconstructed it straight away and went for planes, making 15 bombers. 10 minutes into the game. It's a little bit late, but he may be able to do some serious damage. We still do not see anti-air from anyone here whatsoever. Mid slowing down a little bit. That construction vehicle was getting shot even though it was destroyed. Well, no matter. We have Rocketeers pushing from Tinwax and a lot of pawns just to back them up, but these are just vehicles from from 3 angles, from Trash Panda, from the Chukni, from Firm Communist. These spawns will not survive this encounter. Vehicles are just way, way stronger than these bots. Disnov finally relieving some pressure from himself and managing to get a little bit of economy here. And a construction turret, a sneaky beat cloakable jammer tower. Still haven't seen any more advanced defenses from this T1 bot. He's sitting on a lot of metal. Not sure what he's up to. Making a T2 lab, that is pretty good. Just trying to slow the game down as he progresses. I have vehicles coming from Skag. Pretty good decision. He has both the bot lab and the vehicle lab. Just trying to hold the hill here. Made some fortifications. Those fortifications are pretty good. They have around 2500 HP. With the cost of only 8 metal and no energy. Pretty fast on being put up and built. Emmer being forced a bit back. Does not have any static defenses to begin with. And Goody has an agitator here, which is set to high trajectory. Not giving it more range necessarily, but just giving it a better angle to shoot, I guess. Just so that it can go over these turrets. Because if it's right here in front of the turret, it cannot shoot this way. Unless it's set to high trajectory like it is, it will not be able to shoot in this direction since the turret is blocking it. Let's see the ping. What is going on here? We have a big push coming from Trash Panda and the Chukni. Let's see if they actually decide to push these units further, because if these vehicles just keep dying and keep getting destroyed, they're just gonna end up forfeiting a lot of metal to the enemy team like they do. There's already 2000 metal here in wreckages. Let's see just a bit smaller position here, like 1300 metal. That is a lot. These vehicles do cost a lot and yield a lot of metal when being destroyed. We have some Lazarus here that can actually just revive these units, revive most of these units, to be honest. Some incisors, some rocketeers, some brutes, Janus, and they actually sorry, they actually opt for pardon me, not sure what happened there. Just gonna have some water. They actually opt to recycle these instead of reviving them, which is, I'm not sure. I think this is way better just to revive them, have these units available. Chukni trying to push Disnov here out of his position. Disnov losing a lot of these defenses. That is usually the case when you go up against a lot of vehicles, and I cannot blame him. He is sitting on a lot of resources though. He will be able to move up to tier 2, so this is just a temporary loss, and he's just forced out of his position. Bot side, just pretty slow overall. We know they're going T2. The moment you see your laner not moving from a spot like this, you should know that they're going tier 2. And maybe you can try and do something about it, but if they do have strong force, that is not going to be the case. Upheaval's commander might very well go down here. That is a lot of bombers from Ollie 2K. Disnov losing his commander, not the greatest. But these bombers are just going to try and destroy Upheaval. Did not manage, he cloaks, so they just try and go to Trash Panda's base. He has some anti-air here being built, but that vehicle lab will go down. Now he's going to his next spot, which is Upheaval. Not sure if he scouted or not, but we have some fighters coming in for Fire Pluck, trying to put a stop to that. And we do have anti-air readied up from the Chukni. These bombers will not do that much damage. They just did a bit of eco damage, destroyed a vehicle plant. Already recycled it, Trash Panda. It's gonna make another one. And they actually have very good control over mid right now. If Ollie did not invest more into these bombers, just tried to invest more into forces that can help, because at this point he's just standing here having static defenses, not helping Skag nor his teammates Disnov and Tactician on mid, and this is a pretty difficult spot to be in. I believe that was a commander trait of Skag, and no macro, no micro. Yep, indeed that was so, and Skag is going to try and fight to secure this. Are these Januses going to be able to? They're just shooting each other. That is not the greatest thing to see. So Januses should not be stacked. That was a very, very good rocket. He just immediately destroyed 4 or 5 Lazaruses. That was pretty good. But Clearly now we see that Janices cannot stack over each other as they will shoot. They do not shoot over each other. We have Hounds coming out from Diznov. Still, Hounds being that good, they do not fare well against these Brutes. The Brutes will just stay alive and keep going. Those Hounds do not do a lot of damage to them. And this could be catastrophic for Tinwax, as there's a lot of units approaching his forward vehicle lab. There's a T2 constructor here trying to get a Scorpion up, but that might not be the case. Tactician has some tanks. It's going to help. And Diznov, they're managing to put a stop to these tanks. And this is pretty bad for the Western team. Now, let me tell you why. Because there is 4,000 metal sitting on this field right now. So that is 2 commanders worth of metal. Even more when we consider this commander is being revived by Upheaval. That is an interesting choice. I mean, they have 2 commanders left. The East. Oh my God, Emmer is completely opening up this lane. Goody was not prepared for this. We have some stun drones coming out from Ollie, but it is a bit too late. The damage has been done. Economy has been destroyed pretty much. Emmer stacking up on more units, waiting for his time to strike. Does not have any anti-air whatsoever. Actually, he's getting 1 bird shot right now, but it is a bit too late. There's still some stun drones. If he had anti-air unit, at least 1 or 2 included in that army, he may have very well destroyed the entire base of Goody. And situation calming down on mid. The Eastern team are gaining control, and there's just a lot of this metal that's already been taken over. From this side, that is a lot of metal going to the Eastern team. They will be able to speed up their economy, make some better units. We're getting the casual sniper, jammer, and radar bot combo from Diznov. Already has a lot of these snipers, sitting on a lot of metal still, and just making some better static defenses right now. We have a small push from Firm Communists, just a couple of blitzes, testing the water, seeing what type of units they have in the middle at the moment. A lot of fighters from Fireplug, so there will not be bombers pushing anytime soon. We're seeing a lot of fighters from Ollie as well. Well, not a lot, just a couple. Actually, a lot, to be honest. Around 34 fighters. Almost the same amount of fighters for both sides, which is pretty good, but we are starting to see Marauders from Fireplug, which is pretty good. He has a good economy. He has, well, I guess 1,000 metal for a Marauder is fine. He's sitting on a Marauder every 10 seconds, around that. Let's say a bit more. He's sitting on around 120 metal per second. Does have an advanced fusion reactor, a regular fusion reactor, and some advanced energy converters. Pretty small base, but being able to output these Marauders is pretty good, as they are very good units. As you know, they're amphibious, they are pretty fast, they have decent range, 600, shoot very fast, have good damage, and have light anti-air capability. It's a very good, very versatile unit overall. I believe that was Emmer trying to push maybe. Nope, those are actually blitzes from Firm Communists scouting, I believe. Those Janus, not in the greatest of positions. We already have some helicopters, Wasp gunships from Rochambeau. And they are going to go down by these fighters. Yep, they are not good against these fighters whatsoever. Those are tier 1 fighters. Yep, those are tier 1 fighters. Even those do a lot of damage, let alone the T2 fighters. We have the Marauders trying to go in right now, sneaking through the water. Let's see if they... That's actually a lot of Marauders. 9 of them in this spot, and the 10th one coming, and even more are on the way. Those T1 bots will not be good against those. That Dragon's Tooth fortification falls, and I believe that is it for Goody's base. There's a lot of these shurikens, but anti-air from these Marauders will make short work. Fighters coming in from Fireplug as well. He will be able to secure this position and just completely destroy Goody's base. This is pretty catastrophic for Goody. Rochambeau not doing too much to help this front line. That definitely could have went better. Goody is going to be completely out of the game. Diznov and Tactician are scrambling, trying to help him. But a lot of this base has been destroyed. Fiends coming in to finish the cleanup. And Fireplug just moving his Marauders. He did enough damage, just moving his Marauders. Trying to induce a chase. Well, induce, not the proper word. But yeah, trying to make Diznov's units and the rest of the team's units chase him. While the Fiends finish up here. He's going to destroy Rochambeau's base as well. This is just a couple of shots here, and these are just going to fall like dominoes. Hounds from Tinwax trying to put a stop to these Marauders getting into his base, but that is not going to happen. This Marauder rush was pretty good. Well, not a Marauder rush necessarily, as it is 20 minutes, 19 minutes. Marauders can usually go out at 13, 14 minutes already. But yeah, this is a pretty good play. It was not expected. Not that great of a line of sight. Nothing here to defend, to put a stop to them. And they're just going to keep running around and destroying bases. Ollie moving his commander here, which is pretty good. He could have opted for that a bit earlier, but maybe he was busy with something. Not sure. In any case, that is a lot of damage done by Fireplug. That's 2 bases completely destroyed. Even the third one, actually, from Tactician. That is 3 bases just completely destroyed by these Marauders. And finally, they've been stopped, but at what cost? 3 bases completely destroyed. The bot side is open. We still have Fiends just crossing through. Trying to get vision, trying to get control. And the second base of Rochambeau is going to go down. And we see the GG's. That is a forfeit from the eastern side. It was a pretty good game, and that was a decisive move from Fireplug. Did very well this game. And there you have it. Marauders, pretty good, even when you don't rush them at 13, 14 minutes. If you use them well, if you know where your opponent is weak, just put him there, make quick work, and there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in the next one.